Can TOD or POD replace a trust? Why avoiding probate isn't the whole story? 1. The big question: do you still need a living trust? Many people ask, if I use transfer on death, TOD, or payable on death, POD, designations for all my accounts, do I even need a trust? If your only goal is to avoid probate, mission accomplished. TODs, PODs, and beneficiary designations do bypass probate court. But a revocable living trust goes far beyond that single benefit. So what does that actually mean? It means you might avoid probate, but you could lose protection, control, and flexibility, the things that keep your family's wealth safe when life gets complicated. Footnote: TOD/POD accounts skip probate but lack many of the protective and planning features built into a revocable living trust. 2. Incapacity: who manages your finances when you can't? If you become incapacitated, a successor trustee can immediately step in and manage your assets held in a living trust. Banks and financial institutions recognize successor trustees, they're comfortable with the process. But if your assets are only in TOD or POD accounts, the only fallback is a power of attorney. And many banks are reluctant to accept them because the accounts are still in your name. That means delays, resistance, or even court involvement. So what does that actually mean? It means a trust gives a smooth, private handoff of authority, while a power of attorney might leave your family struggling with red tape. Footnote: living trusts provide automatic management during incapacity, whereas power of attorney documents often face institutional resistance. 3. Minor children: who manages their inheritance? Banks can't hand money directly to a minor. If your children are under 18, a court will appoint a conservator to manage their funds until adulthood, a public and expensive process. A living trust avoids that. The successor trustee manages the assets privately, according to your instructions, until your children reach a responsible age. No courts, no delays. So what does that actually mean? It means a trust keeps your children's inheritance secure and under guidance, not in a court's hands. Footnote: trusts eliminate the need for court-appointed guardianships when minors inherit, ensuring privacy and continuity of management. 4. Outright inheritance: will they blow the money? TODs and PODs make outright distributions, one big lump sum. Your kids could get a life-changing amount overnight. Are they ready for that? A living trust lets you structure maturity-based or milestone-based distributions, part at 25, part at 30, the rest at 35. You can even include a dole-out trust, limiting access to funds for health, education, or maintenance only. So what does that actually mean? It means a trust lets you raise financially secure adults instead of creating accidental lottery winners. Footnote: trust-based inheritance schedules provide financial discipline and protection unavailable through TOD/POD arrangements. 5. Blended families: could your spouse disinherit your kids? In blended families, this is the silent danger. If all assets pass directly to your spouse via TOD/POD, your children, named as backup beneficiaries, have zero rights. The surviving spouse controls everything, and can legally redirect those funds elsewhere. With a trust, you can lock in your wishes, providing for your spouse during life while guaranteeing that what's left passes to your children afterward. So what does that actually mean? It means you can protect both your surviving spouse and your children, something beneficiary designations alone can't do. Footnote: trust structures prevent disinheritance by preserving children's interests after the surviving spouse's death. 6. Asset protection: shielding heirs from creditors and divorce. When your children receive assets outright, those funds become theirs, and fair game in lawsuits, divorces, or bankruptcies. A trust solves that by creating a descendants' trust, sometimes called a children's trust. When you pass, the trust becomes irrevocable, placing the assets beyond creditors' reach. Even in a divorce, the inheritance remains separate property, protected by law. So what does that actually mean? It means your children inherit wealth, not risk. Footnote: irrevocable descendant trusts secure inherited assets from legal judgments, creditors, and marital claims. 7. The family pot, centralized wealth, unified control. A living trust can combine all your assets, real estate, investments, insurance proceeds, into one family pot. You set one set of rules for management and distribution. With TOD/POD, you'd have to assign percentages on every account and constantly rebalance to keep things fair. In volatile markets, that's nearly impossible. So what does that actually mean? It means a trust simplifies the math and keeps the family harmony intact. Footnote: trusts centralize diverse assets into one managed structure, preventing inconsistencies or imbalances among heirs. 8. Estate tax planning, when wealth grows beyond the exemption. If your estate nears the federal or state tax threshold, a living trust offers advanced tax-saving tools, such as marital and bypass sub-trusts, to minimize estate taxes and preserve more wealth for heirs. TOD/POD designations don't offer this flexibility. So what does that actually mean? It means trusts are not just about avoiding probate, they're about maximizing inheritance. Footnote: living trusts allow integrated estate tax strategies through sub-trusts and exemptions not available with direct transfers. 9. When TOD/POD alone might be enough. If your estate is simple, your children are responsible adults, and you're primarily focused on avoiding probate, TOD/POD can work fine for now. Estate planning isn't one and done. You can start simple and evolve later as your wealth and family situation change. So what does that actually mean? It means flexibility matters, start with simplicity, but upgrade when protection becomes more important than convenience. Footnote: estate plans should evolve with family and financial complexity. TOD/POD can be temporary, while trusts offer lasting protection.